Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my favorite video that I have made in the past. I can't even tell you how many years. I'm not even like partway through the video yet. I can already tell this is going to be my favorite video that I've uploaded in years because we have the best news that we've possibly been able to cover for the past couple of years, which is Activision is taking a break. They are not releasing a new Call of Duty game in 2023. They are going to be delaying it by a year. So what this means is Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, the sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, that is still coming out this year, this October/November, but then after that, that is going to be the only Call of Duty title to release until 2024 when Treyarch is releasing their next game. Leaks and rumors previously were saying that Sledgehammer Games was set to release their own game in 2023, but it looks like that's not going to be happening. 2023 is basically going to be year 2 of Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. Warzone 2, of course, is going to be releasing. There's lots of 2s in these sentences, which makes sense because it's 2/22/2022. But yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome to see Call of Duty finally taking a year off. They're finally going to be delaying one of their titles. They're actually going to be supporting one of their titles for multiple years as compared to like 3 or 4 months. This is fantastic news. Now, I've already seen some people saying, well, Nero, you're talking about Modern Warfare here. That's like your least favorite Call of Duty ever. How good could a sequel really be? How are you excited that a sequel is going to be the only COD to release for 2 years? I'm going to say this. There's no way it's worse than Modern Warfare 2019. Plain and simple. There's no way this game is going to be as bad as Modern Warfare 2019, and even if it is, there's going to be so much content to it, hopefully, over the course of 2 years, that I'm just going to get used to it, pretty much. I'm finally, after all these years, going to adapt. I mean, maybe that's what everyone said back when, right? Adapt to the claymores behind all the doors and stuff like that, you know? I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more streamlined. I have a feeling Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 is going to be a lot more streamlined than what we saw back during Modern Warfare 2019. I have a feeling there are going to be some of the same ideas carrying over, but the very fact that what we're doing in that game is actually going to matter is going to get me personally through so much of the bullshit, right? Doors, claymores behind doors, quarter fraction of a second time to kills, things like that. Like, all of that can be circumvented for me personally by actually having fun things to do in the game and actually being able to work towards things that actually matter for more than just a couple of months. Like, the reason why I kind of stopped with my atomic grind here in Vanguard is because we're already like how far into this game's life cycle. I'm almost like not even caring about Atomic anymore, just knowing that Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 is going to be coming out here in a couple of months, right? The alpha and the beta are pretty much going to be coming out in a couple of months, and what I do with Atomic in Vanguard just really isn't all that, doesn't really matter, I suppose, right? Especially knowing that another COD is coming out. That's been my biggest problem with COD for all these years, is for some reason, they intertwine all these games together with Warzone, yet what you do in Cold War, for example, does not matter in a game like Vanguard, and what you do in Vanguard does not matter in a game like Modern Warfare. I don't understand why that is a thing. It really doesn't make any sense, but now we find ourselves in a situation where Treyarch's game is being released, so finally, after all these years, Treyarch can finally finish their game and not just carry the entire franchise on their shoulders. What a change of pace that'll be for the studio and all the people working there. That is fantastic news. But also, we find ourselves in a situation where perhaps they could be updating games like Cold War and Vanguard along with Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. That is definitely a possibility. We find ourselves in a situation where we're going to have a modern game, a World War II game, and then our like 1970s/1980s Cold War, Vietnam, whatever style game, right? All three of those games are going to be the most recent Call of Duty titles. They could all be simultaneously updated. We do know that Warzone 2 is built from the ground up to work with Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, so chances are we're not going to see Cold War stuff or Vanguard stuff within Warzone, which honestly is a bit of a slap in the face, I would say, because one of the like good things about Warzone over all these years was that if you enjoyed that game mode, or that game, I suppose, it might as well be its own entire game at this point. If you enjoyed Warzone, you could get content from Cold War and use it in Warzone, right? Your Dark Aether camo, your Dark Matter camo. If you played Vanguard, then your Atomic camo could work within there, right? Your weapon variants actually counted. Your operator skins actually counted. Well, apparently with Warzone 2, that's not going to be a thing. Warzone 2 is going to be a complete clean slate, so all the time and effort and energy and even money that you sunk into the original Warzone is going to be null and void with Warzone 2, which is just more reason why I'm probably not going to be playing it. It just doesn't make any sense for me personally. Some of you guys disagree. Lots of you guys really enjoy Warzone. I follow lots of you on Twitter. I personally don't get it. It seems like Warzone is nothing but a giant dick measuring contest. It's to see who can VPN the hardest, which, speaking of which, I'm going to have a VPN sponsor here in the channel pretty soon. Pretty cool. Pretty stoked about that. But, Figured I'd throw that there while I'm at it. All right, it's going to be NordVPN. I did a deal with them back in Black Ops Cold War. I'll be doing another one of them here in Vanguard as well, so stay tuned for that. But it seems like Warzone is just everyone arguing over who has the easier lobbies and who's cheating more than the other person. Like, I don't get it. Like, the Warzone community is like so toxic. I just don't care to get into it. I more care about multiplayer. I've always cared about Call of Duty traditional multiplayer. It's always been what I've been about. That's the foundation of my entire channel, right? I've been talking about it for years. And so I'm excited to see what this is going to be like, because we do know that another update is going to be coming, in fact, to Black Ops Cold War, where they're going to re-add Jungle and WMD, some classic old school maps, into that game, along with the Vargo 52, which can be unlocked right now by getting 1,000 damage with assault rifles in 15 different games in Modern Warfare 2019. That appears to be a bug of some sort. I mean, I doubt they're going to make it so to get one rifle in Cold War, you have to go buy Modern Warfare 2019 and play it to be able to get your Cold War rifle. So it feels like it's a bug right now, but that still does work. And when they officially release the update for Cold War, where they add the new maps and they add the new gun, I imagine you can earn the gun within the game itself. And then, of course, you have Vanguard. We're only on Season 2 of Vanguard. Apparently, there's going to be 6 seasons. I guess we'll see. So we may have 4 more seasons of Vanguard still to go. And then we have Modern Warfare Room Numeral 2 coming out. The alpha and the beta for that, I assume, is going to be coming. We have Warzone 2 coming. And then more than 6 seasons of that game. That's going to be a lot of content. It's going to be a lot of updates, lots of things to do. And the question is, what's the foundation of the game going to be like? Is it going to be like more like Modern Warfare 2019? Is it going to feel a bit more like Warzone? Is it going to feel like the older Call of Duty games? We don't know. We have no idea as of right now. All we know is they're actually delaying Call of Duty 2023 up until 2024. Sledgehammer Games is essentially out, probably because how bad Vanguard has been. If you guys didn't know, like I mentioned more towards the top of the video, leaks and rumors were suggesting that Sledgehammer Games was set to release a game in 2024. They're basically going to be like having Infinity Ward release their game this year, then Treyarch the year after that, and then Sledgehammer Games after that. Well, that's all been delayed, essentially, right? So it's going to be Infinity Ward this year, no one next year, completely delayed, no new COD for the first time in over 15 years, and then 2024, Treyarch's game comes out, and then 2025, presumably, lots can change between now and then, that's when Sledgehammer is going to release their next title, and we'll see what that's going to be. They have said in previous interviews that they would like to do more World War II content because they feel as though they have lots more World War II stories they would like to tell. I've played through the campaign of Vanguard. I don't know what other stories they would like to tell. There was probably 20 minutes of story in that entire campaign. I'm not going to spoil it. I won't spoil it for anyone, but if any of you have like played through the Vanguard campaign, what happens in like the current time is good. It's interesting, but there's like 20 minutes of story there. And then the rest of it's like all flashbacks and it's all just inconsequential and like plain shoot 'em up, essentially. So, I didn't feel as though the story was that good for Vanguard. Personally, I played through the entire thing on Veteran. I don't know what other stories they may want to tell, but who knows? I mean, I'm always down for more World War II content. I mean, World War II is one of my favorite settings for a Call of Duty game. I love the history. I love the weapons. I love the locations and stuff like that. It's just the fact that this game has been broken for so long, had so many issues. Like today, literally today, on 2/22/2022, however many months after the game came out, they have finally made it so counter UAVs do not counter V2 rockets from being called in. But in their patch notes, they also said that was it. They just said counter UAV no longer counters V2 rockets from being able to be called in. So by design, a 4 kill streak blocks every other kill streak in the game from being used. That's not just a bug. Sledgehammer, what? And then again, you look at Treyarch. I mean, Treyarch did Air Patrol with Black Ops Cold War, which was like a 2,000 score streak that could counter a 10,000 score streak. How did that make any sense? It doesn't. I feel as though like an EMP, like Modern Warfare 2 had it right. The biggest streak in Modern Warfare 2 that wasn't a literal tactical fucking nuke was the EMP, which destroyed everything else. That's good balance. That's like good design. Whereas in these games, like, yo, 4 kill streak? That'll counter the 12 kill streak. Yeah, that'll be fine. Going back to Cold War once again, a 2,000 score streak in a game where you keep getting your score even after you die? Yeah, that's good. Make it so that counters the 10,000 score streak AC-130. That's good balance, right? It literally makes zero sense. It's like catering to the lowest common denominator. You guys have heard me talk about this all before. It makes no sense. So I'm worried that we're going to see more stuff like that potentially with Modern Warfare Room Numeral 2. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that is going to play out. And one final thing I want to bring up here, because you know how I always call it Modern Warfare Room Numeral 2, but that's because Modern Warfare 2 is already a game. You can't just be like, yo, this is Modern Warfare 2. No, Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. You can't just keep taking like, what is this? Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise? What is this? Like the Rambo franchise? Like these names are horrible, right? They make no sense really whatsoever. And what is going to happen to the remaster of Modern Warfare Actual 2? like the original Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. They remastered the campaign. The multiplayer is apparently done. They thought fans wouldn't like it, so they didn't release it, at least according to leaks and rumors. What's going on with that? Is it possible that Modern Warfare 2, the original, is going to be coming out in 2023? There's now a window for that. It says no new Call of Duty game, right? New Call of Duty game. It says they are delaying their new title by a year. It says nothing in there, in the Bloomberg article or anything like that, about remasters, especially the original Modern Warfare 2. So, definitely a possibility, guys. I mean, I feel as though right now we're all just like tinfoil hats on. We've been wanting Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remastered for like a decade now, and that's not even exaggerating. Like, it's been a long-ass time, and it'd be cool if we got that. It really would be. That'd be a perfect time to release it. It's a naming nightmare, but they dug that hole themselves, I suppose. Like, these names for these different COD titles make no sense. Like, you know, releasing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 years after releasing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. The remaster became before the original? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Then you have Call of Duty World War II. What kind of name is that? For crying out loud. But yeah, the names are horrible. But that aside, there's definitely a possibility for the original Modern Warfare 2 to be remastered. They're delaying Treyarch's next game until 2024. We're going to have 2 straight years worth of content and updates for the next Call of Duty game. Hopefully it's going to release and actually be completed. Oh, man, it's going to be interesting. There's definitely a lot to cover here. There's going to be a lot to unpack, lots to digest, and I'll be here with you guys every step of the way. This is good news. I am stoked. I am happy. NerosCinema is happy about Call of Duty and the current state of the COD franchise and news that came out. Mark your calendars. And, yeah, so I'll keep you guys up to date as we learn more about this. I imagine more information is going to be coming out over the course of the coming days and weeks. And as always, I'll be here with you guys every step of the way. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.